Did you see any reaction in the stocks?
Absolutely. Sternberger traded up about 5%. American Outdoor Brands was also up. And this really came as a surprise to many investors simply because there is that belief in the marketplace that a Republican president, you won't have tightening gun control legislation. So those tweets they put out were very much unexpected by the market.
So as an analyst, you have to some extent, project out what's going to happen with gun control. At this point, do you think that there's a gathering momentum on Capitol Hill, now backed apparently at least by President Trump, that actually there will be some real gun control legislation?
Certainly, if the effort is even made. You know, we saw a similar situation after the Newtown tragedy where President Obama at the time tried to pursue a ban on assault rifles. If there is a move in the direction of tightening gun control legislation by the Trump administration, that alone should be enough to really drive an increase in demand in the consumer, among the public.
And is it all driven off of federal, no state? Because, for example, in Florida right now, you saw those students go campaign in the State House to say you have to ban assault weapons. Is there any reaction in the stock price to possible state regulation?
No, not really. Historically, we've seen the federal moves that have really impacted the stock price and the industry at large.
And to your point, if we don't get on the government level, do we get on the investor level? So this is nothing new when you wind up having a big investor coming in and pushing back against specific companies. But this time, it's Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, saying we're working with clients who want to exclude from their portfolio weapons, manufacturers, or other companies that don't align with their values. Is that a real pushback, or is that the stock has underperformed, so I feel okay doing this?
I think what you're seeing is actually a real push towards the big behemoth index providers to act when some of these things on a global or national scale happen. And what happened this week was, as you're seeing more and more index providers become the largest holders in stocks across the nation, including some of the gun holders, as BlackRock is, there was an outcry of saying, hey, what are you going to do as the largest shareholder? You know, back in the day, we used to have fund managers who were picking stocks, and then people could identify them particularly. But now when index providers hold a whole range of stocks, it's harder for them to say, we're just going to throw out one stock.